natural disasters, and they happen. And can you imagine having a house one day and not having a house the next day?
Yeah,
it's
awful.
just, and you're talking about 40,000 homes in Texas, and now you're looking at a situation that could be equally as impactful in the state of Florida. And there are people driving on highways, there are evacuation routes in Georgia and all up the coast and North Carolina. But Florida's going to get hit the hardest. Florida's going to get hit like, if it all comes to fruition, they're going to get hit like Texas got hit. You just want people to be safe. Look, you can replace belongings, personal belongings. You can replace a lot of things, but you can't replace life. And that's the most important thing. So we talk about it. We have to count our blessings here and understand that we're really lucky to live around here and live each day. And it's crazy, but we're going to talk. I'll get off the bummer. I'll get off the bummer wagon. But I'm glad that we have.
It's nice.
Yeah, sorry about that, everybody.
Sunshine in. Come on.
Yeah,
how about the act?
We have Tomczyk here.
Yes.
Okay, so Mike Tomczyk here, our appraiser extraordinaire, property value guy, and Mike, couldn't wait to have you on. We think it's a perfect time to have you on because we are really 80% done with the purchase market and the summer sales right now. I say 80% because there's still some stragglers. Kids are back in school.
Yep.
You're going to have sales throughout the month of September, but the market has been hot, Mike, for the last 6 years. January of 2012 all the way through current day, it's been a seller's market. It's been unbelievable. I want to know where you think property values are going to go, and I know you brought some stats in, and I know you could speak intelligently about this because I'm telling you, I have very esteemed mortgage people, realtors that have been in business 25, 30 years. They still don't understand the property valuation process and what appraisers look for. I had a guy last week, guy I've known for a very long time, want to argue with me that properties are based on square footage. Property values are based on square footage.
Price per square foot?
Yeah,
price per square footage. And I looked at him, I said, you're really not saying that to me. I know you cannot say to me that you believe property values are based on square footage.
In those
price per square footage is the most irrelevant statistic in the history of valuation.
Here, Mike, let's put it to rest. The overlying major factor are sales. That's it. Sales in the neighborhood that you live in, that's what your house is worth.
Guys, when we're doing these appraisals, especially for the lending industry, they want to know what they can sell your house for if you default. So they want to know market value of your home in a reasonable exposure time. That's what they're looking to get. Yes, square footage is a factor. There's no question about it. But price per square footage is ridiculous. It doesn't factor in if you have a basement, a finished basement, a walkout basement, a large site, you back to woods, you're on a lake. I mean, it doesn't factor any of that stuff in. So
right.
Really,
so Mike, let's break it down even more simple than that. If you have a 3,000 square foot house and it's sold, and the neighbors have sold their 3,000 square foot houses for $200,000. I'm making these numbers up, everybody.
Yeah.
$200,000. And then there's a smaller house in the neighborhood, a 2,200 square foot house, and that sold for $200,000. What's the market value of that neighborhood?
Well, it's going to be $200,000.
It's going to be $200,000. But the people that have the 300,000 or 3,000 square foot house are going to say, "But my house is bigger."
Yep. Yeah, they are.
There are adjustments, though, right?
Well, there are adjustments, but the idea here is, and I'm glad you said that, is you do not ever want to overlook more similar sales. That's the key word here, all right? So one I use all the time when I'm talking to people about this stuff, it's overlooking. You cannot overlook a more similar sale in order to grab something else so that you can add an adjustment or so that you can add value. It's just not the way it works.
And you can't go out of the area, too. So somebody will say, but, a mile away, there were 3 houses at 3,000 square foot that sold for $275,000. Why can't you use those as comps?
A mile away there. A mile away where, though? Which direction?
And you know what?
East or west of Woodward?
East, northwest, south, whatever.
Yeah, well, that's the best point that you could possibly say. I mean, I'm telling you right now. Yeah, you have them a mile away. Look, the house is the same even. Okay, why would I overlook this sale, and this sale in order to go a mile away and grab that sale? Like, what about these? Aren't these relevant? These are what they're selling for in your neighborhood.
In your neighborhood, right next door, 2 doors down, the next street over, your same subdivision. These are the factors that Mike Tomczyk and other appraisers take in account. Now, it sounds like I'm defending the appraiser.
Yeah,
I'm not. Listen,
I don't really think you are.
What I'm defending is the integrity, and I'm defending the process. Okay. And I'm also trying to educate people that when they call and they say, hey, Harry, you've got to rebut this appraisal. You've got to argue for me because my house is worth more. Well, number one, I want your house to be worth more. Okay. Why wouldn't we want your house to be worth more? Of course we do. But that's just not the way it works. You have to take a look at sales in your neighborhood or in close proximity. Now, Mike, what happens if I don't live in the neighborhood? What happens if I live in a rural area?
Well, that becomes more difficult, but you're going to start a search with a more refined search, and then you're going to see what you get. If you don't have anything there, then you expand the search, whether it be expanding square footages or expanding distance and proximity from the home. But you start small and you go big, and you use the stuff that is closest in proximity and most similar. That, again, is the most important thing.
Mike, something like this, so you sort of start off with the comparables. I mean, what's most important here? Let's go over a couple of these factors. You got like comparables.
Okay, most important thing. Dominating characteristic. Okay, if you live on a lake, you want to use waterfront homes. If it's an all sports lake, you want to use other homes that are on all sports lakes. If you're on a main road, if you're on 10 Mile Road, I'm not going to use homes that are in a subdivision. I'm going to use homes that are on Evergreen or that are on 10 Mile or whatever, because that's a dominating characteristic. If it doesn't have a basement, I want to use homes that don't have a basement. Right.
Then you got the data. So we got the comparable, the most comparable home. Then we've got the data that shows the information that ties it all together.
Yeah, absolutely. Which will pull off the MLS, and then we'll substantiate it using public records data and talking to real estate agents and whatnot.
You're going to want to call in, everybody, on this show. This is an unbelievable show. We have Mike Tomczyk from Paramount Appraisals. You are going to have to ask your property valuation questions right now. This is the expert. He's been doing this for a long time. We trust him, and he will give you the answer. You might argue with him. Here's the guy. We have him on the show. Argue with this guy if you don't believe it.
Well, the nice thing about Tomczyk is that when I'm in a tough appraisal and I send it to him, he'll be like, you're lucky. This is a gift. This came in at $200,000.
Right.
Versus, like, dude, this is a terrible appraisal.
Harvey, what's that phone number?
I'll tell you what, when you come back, 248-539-9797, we got tons to share with you.
Hi, Harry Glanz and Dan Burke for Capital Mortgage Funding. We do loans everywhere. In Southfield, in Birmingham, in Royal Oak, in Grosse Ile, in Detroit, in Canton, in Northville. No matter where you live, we want to do your mortgage too. That's Capital Mortgage Funding, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker.
Good morning. Welcome back to the show. It's the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. Give us a call, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. That's 1-800-569-7283. You got to get that approval letter first. I'll tell you, it's about 50-50 now on clients that are calling us up to get mortgages, Alex. Some have already sat down, gathered their documents, and have it all together. Others are sort of doing it at the last minute. So we're going to touch on that this morning also. Always live here in the studio at 248-539-9797. Let's run off. Actually, a real estate agent, Steve, Mr. Real Estate Agent, calling in from Wall Lake. Hey, Steve, thanks for joining our show. What do you got to add?
Steve, what's up, man? Steve.
Hello?
Hey, there you are.
Yeah, you're on the air. Go
You're
ahead,
on the air, Steve.
I'm sorry, I'm having trouble hearing you, but I'm a real estate agent. I've had several deals with Capital this year, by the way, and they've gone very well.
Thank you, sir.
But I just had a question about this land contract. It's always been to my knowledge, the last several years, if someone sold on a land contract, if they did not notify the mortgage company, the mortgage company could call the initial
It activates a due on sale
current
clause to
seller.
transfer title. That's correct, sir.
Yep.
Because you just get mentioned to someone about land contract. I
just wanted to throw that in. Yeah, no doubt. All mortgages
I'm
have
going to hang up because I can't hear.
Okay, thank you for the call. Yeah, I'd like to add that into it. Yeah, mortgages do have due on sale clause. It's nice to throw that out there. Yes, if you currently have a mortgage, you enter into a land contract and you go ahead and record it. Yes, the lender could call you up and say,
the note due, yes.
Yeah, you know it's due right now.
Clause.
I'll tell you this.
Yeah, but Harvey, if you put your mortgage into an LLC,
okay,
same thing can happen.
Right, because you are transferring the title into something else. So, yeah, I'm going to say this, generally speaking, you got to be careful. You got to hire a real estate attorney and make sure that you figure all those things out. A lot of land contracts aren't recorded, and sometimes they're not recorded maybe till that year in which the family has to establish that it's been that they've been living there for 12 months or 6 months. But, yeah, you know.
I love that he said that we had deals with the capital that all went really well.
Oh, that's a good part of it.
That's good, yeah.
Yeah, there's no doubt. If you make the
I tell
payment.
you,
Go ahead.
No, fire away.
no, short sales.
Too many computers. There's too many screens everywhere. I can't see anybody.
Back in the day, we've done well over 300 short sales. Believe it or not, you
I wouldn't
think
brag
there are
about
a lot
that.
of foreclosures out there right now or short sales. We're in the process of doing one right now.
Really? There are some out there.
Unbelievable. Yeah, they are out there.
Why are they short
And
selling the house? For what reason?
All you have to do is, first of all, the guy should definitely get an appraisal by a professional.
Yeah.
May be worth way more than the 80 he thinks. But secondly, if there's a way we can establish a hardship for whatever reason, now it may not be, but he could still do a short sale.
Yeah.
You just have to establish a hardship.
Why is he doing a short sale though? What's the reason?
You can't rent it out and make money. What was it in your case? In your situation?
No, you could do a short sale. A lot of times. I mean, we've managed many homes that we rented out because the people were upside down on a mortgage. We've been doing that for years. Now, as the prices have come up, we've been able to sell them because values are there. They're valued more than a mortgage. However, anybody can rent out anything. Mortgage company has nothing to do with it, as you probably know.
Okay.
So he can continue to rent it out as long as he pays his mortgage is fine. But if his mortgage is 110 and he thinks his value is 80, and if he does have some kind of hardship, he can be helped out with a short sale.
Yeah, we did see a lot of the families take advantage of the HAMP program. The HAMP program is a home affordable modification, right?
Yep.
So they were able to modify their note. We've actually seen some principal reductions. I had a client who just closed last month. I told him, I said, I haven't seen too many of these where they, sure enough, it was a large institution, a big box bank. They went ahead and actually, because part of the HAMP program, he qualified, and some families were awarded. I don't know why they chose one family over the other, but they actually just paid off the home principal balance.
Right.
They knocked it down, remodified the loan, and here he's back refinancing his house and doing some other things. So a lot of opportunities out there. 248-539-9797. We always talk about home ownership, but the opportunities out there because you can truly get into a house for just 3% down. 3% down conventional loans are happening across the United States. And, of course, FHA loans are still at 3.5% down. You guys do some business also on the outskirts of Washtenaw County and some of the areas where USDA loans really come into play, and they're fantastic loans.
Detroit Tigers baseball.
It's deep. It's got a chance. And it's gone. A home run.
One more reason when you think of sports, you think of Detroit's #1 sports station, 97.1 The Ticket.
Welcome back. You are listening to the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show. Oh, I love listening to him.
Pop Sears,
I gotta get out there maybe
he's
tonight.
one of our own.
I'm going to cancel plans and do a little Yui out there to Pine Knob tonight. Anyways,
I have some stories that I can't tell, but they're really good.
we'll keep those to yourself. Hey, you're listening to Hardcore Mortgage Show again, brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. Give us a call at the office all week long at 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. Always here live in the studio at 248-539-9797. We got some calls to get to. Special thanks to all our first responders across the country. We've been helping a lot of you guys get mortgages and reaching out to help people. Look, if you're a first responder, you want to be knowledgeable about your home purchase, or you're looking to refinance, we have some special programs set up for you there at Capital Mortgage. Deal with people that are passionate and care about you, and again, we'll help you save a lot of money. 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. Some other quick business to get to. Debt consolidation. I'm telling you, folks, a little dip in interest rates. 2017. Right now, we are experiencing the lowest rates of 2017, and just another opportunity to refinance and add your first and second mortgage together, or maybe pay off that toxic debt, that high credit card interest rate you have on that.
Yeah, and listen, don't look a gift horse in the mouth if the rates are in the high threes. Okay, if you're sitting at 4.25%, 4 3/8, 4.5%, and you can get a mortgage at 3.99%, 3.875%. Don't call your guy and say, I'm waiting till they go down to 3.5%. It's not going to happen. And by the way, you're going to kill yourself for an eighth in rate. when you could save money, and then the rates are going to go away, and you're going to say, I should have done it.
I've got a client.
What are you waiting
he's
for?
A good client. He's a good dude. He's a smart guy. He's a 3 7/8 on a 15-year, and he's holding out for 299.
I'm
like,
right.
You're right.
Listen.
You're right there, man. What are you doing?
Hey, real quick on the refis, I will tell you right now, if you were waiting to refi and now is the time to do it if you're concerned about your property value, because right now, as far as appraisal values, they will be the absolute highest they will ever be in Michigan.
Oh, great point.
Right. The summer sales,
this time
right?
of year, yep. So you'll be able to use June, July,
right.
and August sales. So right now, it will be as high as it can possibly be.
Well, we're taking your
That's a
calls.
great point,
248-539-9797. Let's go off to our first call this morning out in Highland. We've got Josh calling in. Good morning and welcome to our show, Josh.
Good morning, gentlemen. How are we doing today?
I'm good.
Hi, Josh. How you doing?
Terrific. So great topic this morning. We purchased a house out in Highland here just last fall. I got a smoking deal on it, and it's the premier property on a lakefront out here. Tons of acreage, ranch with a walkout, just a terrific, terrific home. And I'm wondering what sort of factors we can count on to help us when we have to refi coming this spring to sort of maybe get a higher appraisal than what's going on in the neighborhood.
Well, Mike Tomczyk is the lake guy. He specializes in lakes, so you called at the right time.
Yeah, absolutely. So what they'll do, the first thing that they should look at is they're going to look at comparable homes that are also on lakes that are comparable to the lake you're on. Is it an all-sports lake that you're on?
It is. And
Yeah.
actually, our frontage is on 2 all-sports lakes.
Geez, oh, Pete. Okay, yeah. So they're going to look at homes on all sports lakes. If you're on acreage like you said you were, they're going to look at other homes on large sites that are also on all sports lakes. And then after that, they're going to look at homes that are similar, at least similar in square footage. And by similar, I mean they try and keep it within 25% size difference limit. But you can expand. You can expand that if you need to, especially for complex assignments like yours will be a complex home to appraise. But I will tell you this. I know this is a little tip for you. There's a quality and condition rating now, okay, that's going to largely determine where they're going to lay their weight on the comps that they're going to use. You really want to impress the appraiser when they come there. So I know that cleanliness of a home does not factor into your value. However, if you are on the border of a C3, C4, I know that doesn't mean anything to you, but if you're on the border of this particular rating.
Believe it or not, it does. I was in the mortgage industry for years. So
Oh, there you go.
Okay,
I'm
perfect.
with you.
So you want to try and influence them, and when I say influence, that may be the wrong word. I don't want to say anything bad
Bad
there.
word.
But yeah, not good. That's not what I meant. What I meant to do is you want to encourage them
Been up
to
here
lean
for a while,
towards
buddy.
to lean towards the C3. Now, you're not going to be doing that with talking to them. You're going to be doing that with presenting your home like as if you're selling it. You know, just make sure it's spotless. Sure. And it's in great shape, so when they're walking through, if it's on the border there, they're going to lean towards the C3. That will help you out.
Hey, Josh, quick question. Just I'm interested in myself. What did you pay for it, and what do you think it's worth in today's market, just in those 24 months maybe?
Yeah, so great question. We got into the house at $340,000, and it was a great situation. Folks were getting divorced. They actually never even hit the market. So we bought well under what market value is for the neighborhood, and we put a ton of money into it. So you talk about the cleanliness and what it looks like. What it appraised for when we bought it was $350 and some change, and we've put close to $100 into it since we purchased it.
Okay.
So we're hoping that all those factors factor into it. The big wild card for us though is our lot is triple the size of most lots in our neighborhood. We've got the premier western facing frontage. We've got an additional detached garage.
What are you trying to get out of it?
Neighborhood.
What are you trying to get out of it?
I'd like to be, 400 or better, but really the high 300s is what we're hoping for.
Mike doesn't sound. I mean,
You should be fine. I will tell you this though too: when you're reading that appraisal report, don't panic if your site value doesn't look like you're getting a lot with the adjustments. There's a thing called the law of diminishing returns, and if you have a way larger site than anybody else does, you're not going to get full value for it because the market doesn't hold sites like that. You know what I'm saying? So if it's
understood,
but you'll still get a return on it, but it'll be capped at some point.
Good stuff, man.
All right, terrific.
Thanks, Josh.
Thanks
we
for the
appreciate
time,
the call. What a great call.
Awesome.
All
Thanks,
right,
Josh.
thanks a lot, Josh.
See you, man.
248-539-9797 if you want to join the show again. Hey, the National Housing Survey, is it a great time to sell? Yeah, that index actually rose 8 points. So if it's a good time to sell, of course, then the other index, is it a good time to buy? That was a little bit lower. But the real truth of the matter is this time of year, like Harry said, things do typically slow down in Michigan. I can't say we've seen dramatically over the last couple of years because so many great opportunities, but definitely, and you see this too, there's some houses out there that are tremendous opportunities for families because if they've been on the market for a month or two now, potentially they need to sell for whatever reason. You mentioned it could be a divorce in that gentleman's situation that he was able to make a steal, just our last caller, was able to make a steal on a property because of the fact they were getting divorced.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll tell you right now, one of the things you're looking at when you're looking at those listings, if you see, reasonable exposure time right now is 0 to 90 days. That's when it should be on the market. If you see a home that's been on the market for 120 plus days.
There's a reason.
Huge reason for
right, Alex?
100%. There's
a reason. Yes. In the words of Alex Nafusi, there's not a lack of homes on the market. There's a lack of quality homes on the market.
That's a 100% fact.
I mean,
it's true.
I'm backing it up.
Yes.
I'm doubling down on that for you.
That
well, look, there's no doubt it's a great time to buy. Interest rates dropped again.
Yeah, but rates are low, so they dipped a little bit. There's good houses on the market. But if your house is overpriced, it's not going to sell. Or if it's a piece of junk, it's not going to sell.
Or if you're asking way too much money, it's not going to sell. Like Mike Tomczyk said, the average turn time is max 90 days.
I'm going to impress you right now, Tomczyk.
He's really good.
There's a house at the end of my street, functional obsolescence.
Love that.
Oh, love it.
It sits.
The commercial buildings, yeah.
Yeah, it sits next to the post office. It's house is okay.
It's external obsolescence. But
yes.
Yeah, it's close
enough.
Yeah, functional is if the bathroom's in the middle of the living room.
I thought it was functional.
Okay,
it's
right,
external
Mike?
obsolescence.
It's okay. You got the hard word right.
All right. Well, remember Terry Aiken? Yeah,
I do.
That's the one that's the one who got me hooked on that word. I'm like, I'm going to write this down. Use it on the radio all the time. It's not really smart. But anyway, it's a nice house, square footage wise and all that. But it borders the post office. It's the guy that lives there's 86 years old, hasn't been updated.
Yeah,
it's not going to sell for $400,000, man.
No, it won't. No.
Well, someone knocks it down. All right,
Alex, you going to put on your night moves tonight?
Oh God,
my night moves tonight. What
it's Saturday night.
You know what? I can't because Natalie got invited to a wedding and she's taking her mom.
There you go.
So I cannot put on my night moves.
Keep it here on 97.1 The Ticket. You are listening to the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show. We'll be right back.
In the summertime.
97.1 The Ticket.
Hi, Harry Glanz and Danberg for Capital Mortgage Funding. We do loans everywhere. In Southfield, in Birmingham, in Royal Oak, in Grosse Ile, in Detroit, in Canton, in Northville. No matter where you live, we want to do your mortgage too. That's Capital Mortgage Funding, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker.
There he is. Good morning. Welcome to the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. I'm your host, Harvey Freed. Across the way, Alex Nafusi. Hey, Alex.
Hi, buddy. Good morning.
Good morning to you. What's going on, brother?
Everything's good. How about you?
Absolutely wonderful. What a gorgeous day outside.
You behaving this week?
I'm trying to. We brought in our special real estate agents for the day, Lee and Noel Bittinger from the Bittinger team out there in Canton. Good morning, guys. Thanks for joining us.
Morning to you. Hello. Thanks for having us.
All right, now we bring a ton of experience here this morning. Of course, we're going to be taking your calls live in the studio at 248-539-9797. Always at Capital Mortgage at 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. Lee and Noel are definitely going to be telling you, yes, you want to be approved first and then give the qualified real estate agents. Hey, guys, really, thanks for joining us here. And you guys have so much going on and so much a wealth of knowledge out there. I know, Noel, you and I talked about, I can't really see it too well over there, but we talked about a lot of fun stories in real estate.
Is she over there?
Yeah, she's over there somewhere behind all these computer screens. She is.
Here.
Just a wealth of knowledge, and again, so many transactions you guys have been involved with. I personally just met you recently. We did a couple transactions throughout my 26 years of doing business. But again, when a transaction goes really smooth on the listing side, if you don't have to even call that lender, then of course that's a pretty good thing. So
it's always good.
Yeah. How'd you guys meet? What deal was it?
Well, we have done lots of deals over the years, but we kept it. Right? No, we don't have a great story.
You don't bring it up on the radio.
No. Well, we got tons of stories to share with you, though. That's for sure.
Can I hear one?
Mortgage rates. Yeah, we'll talk about it later. Okay, mortgage rates are still down. Of course, they are shining. The lowest levels in 2017. We talked about some things, Lee, and you brought in a lot of stats, even just to start off with the show. Are some people still hesitating on moving forward with a home purchase?
Absolutely. We get so many online leads, it isn't funny. And our agents are talking to these people, and everybody says that, well, not everybody, but a lot of people are saying, you know, this reminds me of the old days. It reminds me about 10 years ago. That bubble went up and it came down, and I'm not getting caught in that again.
All day, every day. This is 97.1 The Ticket.
Brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. Come to B-Dubs this football season, and while you're there, be sure to try their limited time only Blue Moon barbecue sauce. Buffalo Wild Wings, wings, beer, sports. A police report obtained by CNN bolsters evidence that legendary football coach Joe Paterno knew years before Jerry Sandusky's arrest that his longtime assistant might be sexually abusing children. That just in as we continue to follow that story. Michigan football today right here on 97.1 The Ticket, 12 noon. Michigan hosting Cincinnati at the Big House. Meanwhile, Michigan State, a 3:30 home game against Western Michigan. It's Tiger baseball today at 4:10 right here on 97.1 The Ticket. Tigers trying to win again over the Jays after the 5-4 victory last night, featuring a Nicholas Castellanos grand slam and a triple play 5-4-3. At the Ticket Update Desk, I'm Jeff Lesson. For more, 97.1theticket.com.
We're working hard just like you.
97.1 The Ticket.
2%.
Just take those old.
Oh, that sounds good. Oh, yeah. All right, let's listen to the Hardcore Mortgage Show brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. Give a little Bob Seger, a little local.
Love Bob Seger.
It's the best, man.
Are you going tonight?
Michigan's the best.
Are you going?
Huh?
Are you going?
No, Michigan State's the best, bro.
Well, I wasn't saying football.
Oh,
I was
you
just
meant
saying
the state of
whole
Michigan. Yeah,
state.
I knew what you meant.
Yeah, you know what I mean. 70 and sunny today. It's going to be nice, sunny here. Maybe some rain coming up on Wednesday. Get out there and enjoy. Cider mills are open. You can still golf, hit the lakes, and do whatever you want. It's absolutely a great place to live here. We always talk about the public schools are some of the strongest in the country. We've got the great universities. I'm telling you, folks, our property value should be worth a lot more. And we brought in Mr. Mike Tomczyk to tell us maybe how we could get there from Paramount Appraisals. So come and join the show. 248-539-9797.
So glad Mike's on the show. So glad it's Mike on the show. We've got a lot of callers, Harvey, so go.
I'm going to go. Let's try Dan out in Dearborn real quick. And Dan, welcome to our show. Go ahead, sir.
Hey, guys. I had a quick question for you regarding home values and what you can do, little things inside. I've heard, I'm a first-time home buyer. I've heard a lot of things about installing ceiling fans and crown moldings and baseboards and shoe moldings to kind of give it that finished look. My question basically is, does that really increase home values, when you're looking for resale?
It's a great question. No, absolutely not. Does not increase it, not even $1. However, it's what we call a non-value added selling feature. Like someone goes through your home, it's presented nice. You would probably sell it quicker than somebody else as a result of that, but there's no way to substantiate through market data a value for that. And nowadays, it's no longer itemizing things in a house and giving value to it. Now everything has to be substantiated using market data.
All right. Hey, Dan, what Mike is saying, and Mike, correct me if I'm wrong, you're going to do that to your house. It's going to look good. You're going to do it for quality of life. And then when you go ahead, and because you want to do it, and then when you go ahead and sell your house might get more looks and more offers because it looks nicer. And that's great. Okay. You could end up selling it for more. The however is, in the abstract, on the surface, you adding crown moldings doesn't add a dollar value. But if somebody wants to, because they like your house more because it does have crown moldings, and they want to pay more, that's up to them. So, I mean, it's 6 one, half dozen the other, but to say that crown molding is going to add value to the house, Mike Tomczyk's going to say absolutely not.
Yeah, but Dan, you got to think too, man. It's quality of life, dude. I mean, it's when you sit in your family room and you're watching TV and you look up and you're like, man, those are nice crown moldings. I mean, it's going to make you happier.
Now, you could over-improve for that house, too. You could, listen, as Alex and Fusi would do, he'd put a batting cage, a golf simulator.
That's pretty much,
He'd have full-court basketball court, a built-in pool, and a whole sports complex. in his backyard because he wants it that way.
Dan hung up. He's mad at us.
But what's that?
Dan hung up. He didn't get the answer he wanted.
But that doesn't, right, he didn't get the answer. But that doesn't mean that somebody else that's going to look at his house is going to pay more for that.
Well, but here's the thing. I understand that. I understand that what I've done to my house. Listen, I like my neighborhood. I like my neighbors.
Well, you haven't gone that, Harry. I mean, Harry over-exaggerated.
I know, but
I'm making a point.
He's making a valid point.
Yeah.
A lot of things that I've done to my house, I'm not going to see a dime for.
Well, you might not.
Right. It makes me happy.
But
it makes Natalie happy.
Dan's question was great.
That makes me happy again.
They talk about staging of a home, obviously, if you're trying to sell a home. And obviously, 62% of real estate agents feel that that's definitely something you're going to want to do. We don't even see it, not only in the luxury homes, Mike, but we see it in regular homes now. There's no doubt if your house is shiny and looking great, you're going to sell less days on the market.
It'll garner more attention. It'll garner more attention, and that's what you want. You have to market. Harvey likes the word stage. You have to market/stage your house so people are attracted to it. It's not that difficult.
But I will say that the reason that Dan's question was a very good question, Harvey, is because everybody has that same question. I get that question all the time. And every time I'm walking through someone's house, they're pointing out to me their crown moldings or their, their lighting or whatever else it is they're pointing out. So it's a very common thing that people think that. So it was a good question.
Well, we like custom doors out there for the people at Architectural Door and Millwork. We'll throw that out there too. So yeah, if you put in fancy doors in the fancy kitchen, again, it's going to sell faster. You're going to get more foot traffic, and somebody is definitely going to be willing to pay a little bit more money here. And there's nothing wrong with that.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it, too. I want that to happen. But remember, you're doing it for yourself. You're not doing it for the next person that walks through the door.
I 100% look at my patio. I mean, it's not, I'm not going to see.
Let's move on to Terry. We're talking about Alex's house. He loves his house.
You know what though? I'm fine with it. I don't care if it's so improved or not. It's my house. I live there, and I'm happy.
I agree with you.
Hey, Alex, push the button there. Go out to Terry and Novi. There you go. All right, Terry. Welcome to our show. Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Morning, Terry.
Morning, T.
Great.
Hey, listen, I'm looking for a little guidance. Through an unfortunate event, my 19-year-old granddaughter is now in possession of a piece of property of 1.9 acres with a kind of dilapidated ranch home on it in Novi on a kind of a rural dirt road with a mixture of homes around it and mixture of property sizes. Some homes are 6,000 square feet. Some are homes that were built in the 50s and they look like, small shacks. And we're just trying to get some guidance on how to properly determine the value. We've already had people who stop by and say, hey, you're willing to take a cash deal of X amount of dollars, but we really don't know what the value of the property is.
I can definitely help you with that. Yeah, I can call you after the show. One of the first things that we would look at is to find out if it's a splittable parcel. If you could split it up and build multiple homes on it, it's worth way more than if it's not splittable. The way you're saying it sounds like it is splittable.
But possibly. It's kind of a long, narrow lot. But, again, it's possible. It's something we would
it's irregular.
We want to take a look at. Yeah.
Well, possible is one thing, and legal, of course, is an important thing too. So yeah, I would have to give you a call after the show, and we can talk about that. And I will look at the irregularity of it, look at the zoning of it, and also look at the surrounding area too, because you don't want to build something that that sticks out. If you got $1 million homes around there, it could be a very valuable piece of property.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah, just due to the privacy.
It's interesting that the lot next to them has 3 homes on it that are all in the high 5 to mid 6,000 square feet. And then, like I said, it's very mixed.
Yeah, well, I can do a land appraisal for you for sure.
Yeah, the professional and conclusive way for you, Terry, you got to get the appraiser out there to go ahead and appraise the property.
Terry, we're going to have Mike give you a call after the show and get with you. And again, he'll offer some services up for you and give you a whole bunch of knowledge that you guys can really use.
Appreciate it.
You got it. Thanks for the call.
Thanks, Terry.
That's what we want to hear from 248-539-9797. I mean, hey, look, the mortgage business, there's a lot of pieces and moving parts when you're purchasing a house. And it should be fun to become a homeowner. That's what we always say. But think about it. You got title companies involved. You got the appraisers over here, lenders, mortgage bankers like ourselves, real estate agents, brokers, inspectors. inspection companies. There's a lot of moving parts. Insurance companies, I could probably keep going. The process requires some due diligence. The process requires professional people involved to make your closing go smooth.
Yeah, but Harvey, everybody's got to stay in their lane, too.
They do.
It's like, I'm not telling Mike how to do his job and the realtor how to do their job. But don't tell me how to do my job.
Harry, we had literally, I went up to, I was looking at a little information at the processor's desk, and literally she had one note. We had to just from one client, one of our loan officers closed about 10 transactions in less than 25 days. Yes, many transactions. I think it was you, Alex. We can get a lot of transactions closed quickly. But there's always going to be a handful of transactions that require a little bit more care and, like I said, due diligence. And
every borrower, every situation is different. Okay, everybody has their own set of moving parts that you have to go through. Self-employed borrowers are different than W-2 buyers. People going through life changes are different than people that don't have any changes at all. Just here, I don't sell insurance. I don't want anything to do with it. I don't appraise properties. I don't want anything to do with it. I'm not a realtor. I want nothing to do with it.
Well, you are a realtor.
I have a license.
Right.
I know. Sorry about that.
Okay.
But I'm a mortgage guy. That's what I do. Let me do my job, and we do it really well. Please. I mean, if you want to help me out, meet the appraiser at the house with comparables.
Thank you.
Please do that,
would
for
definitely
me.
help us.
Okay, that would help me out. But honestly, I don't want to be in any other business than the business I'm in.
All right, I got some helpful tips about saving money for your down payment. Of course, there's all sorts of 3% down programs. USDA loans. Those are unbelievable. Rural development loans, 0 down for all our listeners out there in Washington, Livingston County. All of those counties are in that region, so you can definitely take advantage of 0 down programs. And keep on the line here. Ed, we're going to come back. All your calls at 248-539-9797. We'll be right back.
Hi, Harry Glanz and Danberg for Capital Mortgage Funding. We do loans everywhere. In Southfield, in Birmingham, in Royal Oak, in Grosse Ile, in Detroit, in Canton, in Northville. No matter where you live, we want to do your mortgage too. That's Capital Mortgage Funding, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker.
Good morning. Welcome back to the show. It's the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. Give us a call, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. That's 1-800-569-7283. You got to get that approval letter first. I'll tell you, it's about 50-50 now on clients that are calling us up to get mortgages, Alex. Some have already sat down, gathered their documents, and have it all together. Others are sort of doing it at the last minute, so we're going to touch on that this morning also. Always live here in the studio at 248-539-9797. Let's run off, actually, a real estate agent, Steve, Mr. Real Estate Agent, calling in from Wall Lake. Hey, Steve, thanks for joining our show. What do you got to add?
Steve, what's up, man? Steve.
Hello?
Hey, there you are.
Yeah, you're on the air. Go
You're
ahead,
on the air, Steve.
I'm sorry, I'm having trouble hearing you, but I just, I'm a real estate agent. I've had several deals with Capital this year, by the way, and they've gone very well.
Thank you, sir.
But I just had a question about this land contract. It's always been to my knowledge, the last several years, if someone sold on a land contract, if they did not notify the mortgage company, the mortgage company could call the initial
It activates a deal on sale
current
clause or
seller.
transfer title. That's correct, sir.
Yep.
Because you just mentioned to someone about land contract. I
just wanted to throw that in. Yeah, no
too.
doubt. All mortgages
I'm
have
going to hang up because I can't hear.
Okay, thank you for the call. Yeah, I'd like to add that into it. Yeah, mortgages do have due on sale clause. It's nice to throw that out there. Yes, if you currently have a mortgage, you went into a land contract and you go ahead and record it. Yes, the lender could call you up.
They
and
can call
say,
the note too. Yes.
Yeah, you know it's due right
sale
now.
Clause.
I'll tell you this.
Yeah, but Harvey, if you put your mortgage into an LLC,
okay,
same thing can happen.
Right, because you are transferring the title into something else. So, yeah, I'm going to say this, generally speaking, you got to be careful. You got to hire a real estate attorney and make sure that you figure all those things out. A lot of land contracts aren't recorded, and sometimes they're not recorded maybe till that year in which the family has to establish that it's been that they've been living there for 12 months or 6 months. But, yeah, you know. I
like that he said that we had deals with Capital that all went really well.
Oh, that's a good part of
That's
it.
good, yeah.
Yeah, there's no doubt. If you make the payment. Go ahead.
No, fire away.
No, short sales.
Too many computers home. There's too many screens everywhere. I can't see anybody.
Back in the day, we've done well over 300 short sales. Believe it or not, you
wouldn't brag
think there are
about
a lot
that.
of foreclosures out there right now or short sales. We're in a process of doing one right now.
Really? There are some out there.
Unbelievable. Yeah, they are out there.
Why are they short selling the house? For what reason?
All you have to do is, first of all, the guy should definitely get an appraisal by a professional.
Yeah.
May be worth way more than the 80 he thinks. But secondly, if there's a way we can establish a hardship for whatever reason, now it may not be, but he could still do a short sale.
Yeah.
You just have to establish a hardship.
Why is he doing a short sale though? What's the reason?
You can't rent it out and make money. What was it in your case? In your situation?
No, you could do a short sale. A lot of times. I mean, we've managed many homes that we rented out because the people were upside down on a mortgage.
Donate to 97.1 The Ticket's Student Heart Check program, and you can help ensure that every student athlete's heart is healthy enough for sports. CBSDetroit.com/Student Heart Check.
Please join CBS Radio and help the victims of Hurricane Harvey with a donation to the American Red Cross. Visit redcross.org, call 1-800-RED-CROSS, or text Harvey to 90999 to make a $10 donation.
97.1 The Ticket.
Oh, man, I just love it. I can't even talk when this is on.
Bob Seger. He's the best.
I'm not going to sing. Hey, you're listening to the Hardcore Mortgage Show, brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. Yeah, playing a little Seger today. Why not? He's got one of his last shows coming up at Pine Knob tonight. And
I know Bob Seger listens to this show.
He's a Michigan guy. You know what I love about Bob Seger? Not only does he listen to the show, he lives here. I mean, that's what's cool.
Well, he lives across the lake from a friend of mine.
What are the odds Kid Rock shows up tonight?
What is that?
What are the odds Kid Rock shows up tonight?
He's showing up.
Pretty good.
I don't know. You call him after. You got his number.
Hi, Bob Seger.
All right, 248-539-9797. Again, this is the Hardcore Mortgage Show, brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. Give us a call all day long at 1-800-LOW-RATE. That's 1-800-569-7283. Here's the deal. You need to get a real approval letter. Yeah, that's right, folks. I'm continuously getting calls at the office. I know you are too, Alex, from real estate agents that have known that they were moving along with the transaction, and they find out 3 weeks in here that their client even can't get a mortgage because they never were really approved. They were just pre-approved. And there's another step you have to take other than just making that phone call. You got to get your documents together over to the mortgage bank and make sure that you get your ducks in a row. Call Capital Mortgage Funding. We'll show you how to do it and how to save money. Let's move on to Mike here, and we're going to be able to help you out, Mike, from South Lyon. Good morning. Welcome to our show. Go ahead, sir.
Hi, how are you doing?
Morning, Mike.
Sir.
I have a motivated seller that wants to sell me a commercial piece of property, but my credit score is not high enough to get the property. How do I go about
Buy a land contract?
Buy it on a land contract.
Correct, sir.
Will he sell it to you on a land contract?
He said he doesn't want to.
Okay.
He can't be that motivated then.
He might if I give him enough money down, I guess.
Hey, Mike, give me an idea. Are you a homeowner now, and do you have any equity in your home where potentially you'd qualify for a residential mortgage? You said your credit's bad. What is the extent of that bad credit?
Well, I do own a home, and my credit is, collectors trying to, collect bills. Actually, the two biggest ones are Dish Network and another television thing.
Mike.
Watch a lot of TV?
He watches a lot of TV. Hey, Mike, what are you going to do with this commercial building, and how much is it?
How much is it?
Yeah. And what are you going to do with it?
Well, it has about a $7,000 monthly income.
Oh, that's good. So you want to buy it for investment purposes.
So why is he getting rid of it? If he's making $7,000 a month, why are the lucky guy that gets to buy it from him?
Because he's 80 years old.
Okay, there you go. Well, I think, you know what, Alex has this tremendous software that he can run your numbers through, and maybe we can give you some suggestions on how to fix up that credit. Would that be okay?
Well, that would help.
All right, good.
Alrighty.
All right, so Alex will talk to you after the show. He'll give you a call, and then he's going to give you some suggestions on what we can do to help you fix your credit.
Yeah, we know. And also, thanks for the call, Mike. We also have a handful of commercial lenders that we deal with typically, and we have a referral network.
I know,
Maybe we can set them up.
This is going to go, okay?
Go ahead.
We're going to call underwriting, and I'm going to say, hey, listen, let's do this guy a favor. I'm going to try to fix his credit, this and that. And they're going to say, if the guy can't pay a $110 Dish Network bill on time, why are we going to lend him?
Well, maybe. Can I play the other side of that coin?
Shocking, but yes.
Right. maybe he had a dispute with them. Maybe they didn't do something right.
Maybe the
he's
reception wasn't
disputing their
good.
service. I mean, I don't know. I'm going to give the guy the benefit of the doubt until I see his credit report.
The wind blows and then, the service goes
Right,
out.
yeah, that's right.
I don't know. Before trying to switch that thing around.
And if I were 7'2" with a hook shot, I'd be Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. But other than that, I'm good.
Hey, let's move out to Ray Township. I got Stephanie on the line. Good morning, Stephanie. Welcome to our show. Go ahead.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Wonderful. Now let's see a vineyard question. My day just got better.
Yes. So we live out in the country, and the land that we have is in a very wooded area, which is what we wanted when we came out here. Recently, a lot of acreage was cleared for a vineyard, and in turn, they want to do business, which is great. And you do with your land what you want. However, that's not what we were looking to live near, like a business, which was what they kind of want to turn it into at some point. We were really into the wooded area and all the land and the deer. So we're thinking about.
Yeah. So Stephanie, was it zoned for a vineyard? I mean, are they trying to get it zoned? I mean, what's the story on that? Has it been passed?
There's vineyards there now. There's like 23 acres of vineyards right now.
Wow.
Next door.
Well, how many acres do you have?
We have about 3/4 of an acre.
So you have 3/4 of an acre. So, and you've been there how long?
Almost 10 years.
Okay. And they moved in after you?
No, they've had the land for a really long time. They just in the last 2 years decided to clear it out because they wanted to have a vineyard.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's their land. They can do whatever they want to do with it.
What are you thinking? Are you guys thinking about selling, maybe taking your money and moving to another area?
The thing. And yes, and that's the question is, would our house value go up or would it go down, being that now it's next to a vineyard, or would it really just depend on who's interested in the home?
It depends who your buyer is. If I'm buying the property,
yeah, it's going way up.
If Alex is buying it, it's going way up.
It's going way up.
Right.
If you're talking about actual value, it's more than likely not going to impact anything at all. The only way that it would be in a negative way if the vineyard was producing some sort of, bad smell or additional traffic or something like that, which I don't think they do. I don't really know, but yeah, usually I would think they would be awesome, but I don't think there's any way to extract any type of adjustment negatively or positively for someone having that there.
I'll tell you what. Hey, Steph, you know who your first potential buyer is? Go to them and ask
go
if
to
they're
them, see if they want to buy the property.
If they want to buy it. Maybe they're going to use it as a bed and breakfast.
We were thinking about that, too, because we were thinking, well, maybe they would want it for like a wine tasting room, but I guess they're going to build that on their property, so... I'm not sure if they would even want our land anyway for any extra vineyard. I have no idea. I don't even know.
Well, I think you're going to end up being a seller. So I'm going to call you after the show just to maybe give you some additional information and see how much you qualify for. Maybe we can help you move along with a new mortgage. And of course, we can always set you up with Mike here, and he can do some property valuations for you and get you a pretty good number on what your house would sell for.
That would be great.
Awesome. Thanks for the call,
Thanks for the call, Stephanie. Great call.
All righty. Hey, you're listening to the Hardcore Mortgage Show, brought to you by Capital Mortgage Fund. And give us a call here in the studio, 248-539-9797. Always a Capital Mortgage, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. Let's move off to Ed in New Boston. Good morning, Ed. Welcome to our show.
How you doing?
Morning, Ed.
Sir.
Good. So I've got a home for sale in Garden City. In the neighborhood, there's another home went on the market after I was listed, and it sold recently. However, I think it's affecting the ability for me to sell this home. And I say that tongue-in-cheek. I have an offer currently. I may have another offer coming in. I have 2 showings today. So I'm getting traffic and things are moving, but I'm not getting it where I want it as far as what I'm asking for the home.
What do you think that is?
Well, I think it's because the home across the street, similar style home, but no updates. And so they ask much less than what I'm asking.
I would tell you right now that if it sounds like the home across the street would be what we would call C4 condition. If yours is all updated, it's what we would call C3 condition. In an area like, where you said Garden City, right?
Yes.
Yeah, in an area like Garden City.
3-bedroom ranch.
Like the most important dominating characteristic then is going to be the condition. Since the homes are so similar, you're going to use ranches on basements, and then you're going to lean heavy on the valuation towards homes that are in similar conditions. So that should not affect you really at all if it's in a different condition. That, of course, being a very big caveat there.
That's what I'm looking for. I did my own comps locally, and I had comps done previously by my realtor. And I looked at similar homes in different neighborhoods, and be honest with you, this home's on a larger lot, and it's a sprawling ranch versus, some of the tighter lots and spaces in the city.
What did the house across the street sell for?
It sold for $159.
$159. And what are you asking for yours?
$199.
Why is yours so much better than that one?
Because it's completely updated.
Larger square footage. It's updated. It's move-in ready.
And when you say the lot, how much bigger? Is it a double lot, or is it like maybe one of them's 8,000 square foot and the other one is 5,000 square foot?
This is a third of an acre, which is large in that city. That other home's probably on a quarter acre, which isn't a much size difference, but their home takes up most of the lot that there's on, and we have some room around our.
What do you think, Mike?
Yeah, I would say you're looking at about a $7,000. Obviously, this is just spitballing, it's approximately about a $7,000 difference there if it's that size difference.
Ed, we're up against the end of our show here, and we really appreciate the phone call. It's great information. I hope you follow up with us, and we're going to follow up with you. We want to hear what happens, especially with those offers that are coming in today. And good luck, and hopefully, they're willing to pay a little bit more money.
Man. I want you to get it. Go get it.
All right, thanks for the call. Definitely. 248-539-9797 if you wanted to call.
$40,000.
You could always leave your number with our call screener, and we'll get back with you right away. Again, we are brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. Be sure to call us. Get that true approval letter and save money on refinancing. We've been saving so many people across Southeast Michigan. Be sure that we hook you up. Want to thank Mike Tomczyk from coming in, Paramount Appraisals. Mike, buddy. We need a whole day with you in appraisal, so we're going to get you back here
Mike's
away.
Mike's the man. We love having you on the show, Mike.
Thanks,
lot of great information, and you just confirm everything that we talk about on the show every single week. You're a tremendous resource for us. Thanks, buddy.
Outstanding. Hey, for Harry Glanz, Alex Nafusi, I'm Harvey Freed. We got Pat Caputo coming up with sports. Keep it here on 97.1 The Ticket.
Hi, Harry Glanz and Danberg for Capital Mortgage Funding. We do loans everywhere. In Southfield, in Birmingham, in Royal Oak, in Grosse Ile, in Detroit, in Canton, in Northville. No matter where you live, we want to do your mortgage too. That's Capital Mortgage Funding, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker.